Now, tonight we'll talk about Ruth. Ruth was not from Israel, she was a Moabite. She was someone from a different land and a different culture. But through marriage, she became connected to a family that followed God. Now, at first, her life seemed very normal, but then everything suddenly changed. When her husband passed away, and not long after that, her father in law passed away also. Now, all that was left was Ruth and her mother in law. They were both alone with no protection, no money, no clear future, and Naomi decided to return to her homeland in Israel. She told Ruth, "Just stay here. You go back to your family, you don't have to come with me." And Ruth had every reason to leave. It would have been easier, it would have been safer and more comfortable. But Ruth looked at Naomi and said something powerful. She said, "Where you go, I will go. Where you stay, I will stay. Your people will be my people, and your God will be my God." Ruth chose loyalty over comfort. She left everything she knew, her home, her culture, her safety, and she followed Naomi into an unknown future. When they arrived in Israel, they were still poor, and Ruth went into the fields to gather leftover grains just to survive. And it was hard, humble work, but she didn't complain. She stayed faithful. She kept showing up. And then something unexpected happened. A kind man named Boaz noticed her. He saw her hard at work, and he heard about her loyalty to Naomi. Now, instead of ignoring her, he protected her, and Boaz eventually chose to marry her. Ruth went from having nothing to becoming part of a beautiful new beginning. Her story didn't stop there. She became the great-grandmother of King David, and part of the family line that would one day lead to Jesus. The lesson here is that Ruth shows that loyalty isn't about convenience, but about commitment. She chose the harder path, and it led to something greater than she could ever imagine.